Welcome to Season 1 of the Blooming From Within podcast, where we connect ourselves with the discovery energy of summer so we can be divinely guided on our path. Every season invites us to stay in touch with nature, so therefore with ourselves. We are nature. Summer opens us to new opportunities that invite the learners from within to step out and lead. We will continuously discover and challenge our beliefs in order to become our highest self. I hope you enjoy listening to my weekly episodes as much as I enjoyed recording them. Hello, you beautiful souls. I'm so grateful that you're here. In today's episode, we're gonna talk about nature and how its power can influence us and how can we use nature's power to be divinely guided on our path. But before we're starting, let's settle in with an intention and take 2 deep breaths. So close your eyes, and when you're ready, inhale and let it go. And one more time, a long inhale on your nose. And release it all out. Just check in with your body. How do you feel today? How does your body feel today? How does your mind feel today? How does your soul feel today? Feel free to pause this episode and answer these questions. Just take your time and settle in. My intention for this episode is to speak with energy, to deliver this energy that I'm putting here to you, to deliver it to your heart, to the part of your body that needs it today, that needs it in that moment. I want to deliver you this positive energy to bring yourself up and to... I also love recording my episodes with my eyes closed. I feel that I can speak from my heart instead of staying in my mind, and I really feel grounded when I have my eyes closed. My mind doesn't start to create stories or different scenarios, and it feels really good for me. As I said in the beginning, today we're speaking all about nature, but I want to point something really important. Many people say that we as humans, we aren't nature, but I deeply believe that we are part of nature, and we have this intelligent force that nature has. But in order to understand this intelligent force, I need to explain to you the power of nature. So in every religion, they believe in one god or goddess. But I feel that this is really rigid, and I don't really resonate with religion at all. But it's everyone's choice, so I don't judge anyone for that. Many people judge me for not believing in some kind of religion, but I just try to don't judge them. I don't succeed all the time, but I just try my best. So, as I said, spirituality is not rigid. So you can choose in what you want to believe. And if you have a hard time with these kind of things, I recommend you try to believe in the power of nature. And I will explain to you in what this power consists. Nature is one of the spiritual powers. And if you are like me and you don't resonate with religion, changing your perspective and making nature your partner of your spiritual awakening can be life-changing. Let's start by defining nature. Let's see what nature really is, because maybe you don't even know what that is, and we should start with the first step. So, what is nature? I deeply believe that nature is everything that surrounds us and what we are. So I deeply believe that nature is everything. Nature is this planet where we're living. Nature is the sun. Nature is the tree in your garden. Nature is everything. And also what we create. Many people say that it isn't, I don't know how to call it. For example, a pen. It's out of plastic, but to create that plastic, we used something from this planet. So I have this idea that everything is nature, even if it's produced by humans afterwards. It's created from a material that has grown on Earth. So this is just my personal idea. It's just a thought that I have from a younger age. So it's really my concept of nature. And because nature is everything, it existed from the beginning of life, from the beginning of this universe. Nature was even at the Big Bang, and I just feel that if it's from the beginning, everyone has a sort of destiny in itself. So as nature is from the beginning, it carries the destiny of this universe. It doesn't know the destiny itself, but it carries it. And that's the wisdom of nature. That's the power that it has. And from this wisdom that nature carries, nature always searches for balance. She knows how to keep herself alive, and this is why we as humans search for balance too. Deep in ourselves, we are searching for that balance, and deep we know how to survive. So now we know what nature is and what its wisdom, what its power is. So how does that influence us? So because we are nature, we carry this wisdom within us. We know how to protect ourselves. We know how to keep the balance. We know how to do all these things that nature does. We know to do all these things by ourselves. And because we are part of nature, we also carry that destiny within us. We have our own destiny deep in us. And this is why it's important to connect with nature. Because we as society, we have lost that connection with that. We have lost that connection with ourselves. So connecting with nature brings us back to ourselves. And by coming back to ourselves, we rediscover this power that we carry within us. And with that, we can really walk our path and be divinely guided. With that destiny, it's always we are divinely guided, but we need to put in the work. Nature is a safe space for you. You can really sit there, and nature doesn't judge. It can feel you. It can feel your energy, and you can feel nature's energy. And it can regulate your nervous system. So it's something at the cellular level, you can't see it. But if you spend time in nature regularly, you will feel a change, a physical change at a point. And I think that that's really powerful. When I go in nature, I always feel safe. And I really feel that Earth holds me. And when I don't hold myself, it really reminds me that someone holds me. And it isn't another person. And it isn't because I've done something. It is just because I'm here. Nature holds me just because I'm here. This is a thing that our society is not understanding. We are human beings, not human doings. We don't need to do something to be someone. We are someone from the first second of our life. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Our soul is embodied in this body that we have now. Our bodies are not everything, but they're deeply connected with our soul. And I think that through our body, we can connect to our soul. And our mind is just a tool that we have and we can explore. But we don't need to let her have power over our life. We just need to use it, not to let her use us. And because we spoke about balance and how connecting with nature brings us back to ourselves, I really like this quote. Whenever you feel out of balance, come back to nature's rhythm. I don't know if it's a quote, but maybe I've created it and I just like it and it just really resonates with me. So maybe it resonates with you too. And now we have some practical ways to use this spiritual power, to use nature, to have nature on your side. So the first thing, if you have access, go in nature as much as you can. Go outside. We already are in nature, but going in the forest and staying near trees and flowers, those hold more energy. Because even if the city is still nature, we as humans, we forgot that we are nature. So we hold some kind of other energy. So we influence the nature around us. This is why going in the forest, in the wildness, in that place, humans don't have that much power. So we really come back to that sense of nature, that sense of freedom. But I know that in some places the city is just the biggest part of the place where you live, or just you don't have access to nature. So in that case, I recommend having plants in your house, just having a flower, or like, I don't know, a little garden on your balcony. Or my family has a lot of plants, so I'm surrounded by plants. We also have that was an idea from me, the balcony garden. We have different spices and little plants. Even if your city isn't surrounded by forests or mountains, you have a tree in your city, you have a tree near you. So if you really want to connect to the power of nature, just touch a tree and really connect to that energy. Or just go barefoot through grass to take those free radicals from earth. And if you have access to nature, to forests and mountains and fields, I like to do like a little spiritual practice. Just listen to the sounds of nature, to the birds singing, to the wind blowing, the river, all the sounds of nature. Then look at the views, look at the tree, look at the flower, at the beautiful butterfly. Just look at the surroundings. Smell what it is around you. Smell the grass, the dry leaves, the smell of flower, and feel the energy. Feel nature holding you. Feel the power, and feel how you become the power as you step out. I also want to add something. I really don't believe that there are higher powers. I don't think that nature is higher than us, and nothing is below or above. It just is here. I just feel that believing in something that is higher than you make yourself really small and you don't really believe in yourself anymore. But as I'm really connected to nature, so I'm really connected to myself, I've started to believe that I am the power. And when I need support, I believe in myself and I can do what I feel like doing. I don't need to wait for someone else to do that for me. I'm the higher power, if you want to say like that. You are the higher power, but for yourself. I'm not the higher power over you. You're just at the same level. As we're coming to an end, I really want to remind you that you can create the change. You can be the change. You don't need to wait for someone else. You are when you're where you're meant to be, and you are loved. And if you feel that you're not loved, just start loving yourself. Start with this thing. Instead of waiting for someone else to give you love, just give yourself love. If you enjoy my weekly episodes, please subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Google Podcasts at Blooming From Within Podcast. Rate my show if you enjoy it. And if you enjoyed today's episode, share it with a friend if you feel that they could resonate with it. Or share it on your Instagram stories. It really helps me out. If you want to share something with me, DM me on Instagram and I will reply to you. As we're ending this episode, I hope that I could hold the space for you. I hope that I could send you the energy you needed for today. So, sending you all the love and light. See you next time.